Okay, just to be clear, to review last time, and we did a little of this last time. You had to do it as part of your homework assignment. Um, when processing, when we're processing, we go size, uh, a comma b, where a is any integer number and b is any integer number greater than 0, right? What's going to happen is two things. One, our width box, ooh, cool. Okay, don't put it back, dude. Width box is gonna have a in it. Is gonna be gonna have a inside of it, and our height box. Oh, I like this blue. It's gonna have b inside of it. So b is gonna be put into our height box, and width is gonna be put into our box labeled a, right? Okay. Or I mean, A is going to be put into our box labeled width, okay? And B is going to be put into our box labeled height. That means from here on out, for the rest of the program, and these are constants, you can't change them. So width and height are constants, and that's actually kind of important. So width and height height are constants after size, okay? And you can't resize during your program. So once you select the size at the beginning of your program, that's how big your program is going to be, and that's how big the width and height is going to be for the rest of the program. All right, it's your television size or whatever, right? You can't really change that. All right, so what does that mean in terms of our screen? So one thing that happens is width and height variables are defined. The second thing that happens is we get a screen, right? And we can start mapping out these points in terms of width and height, all right? And that's what I want to get people interested in doing. So x equals 0 over here, and y equals 0, okay? But over here, x, when you get to the very end here, we're going to have x equals width, right? And we're going to have y equals width. I mean, y equals 0, jeez. And then down here, we're going to have x equals 0, y equals height. Okay, and over here, we're going to have x equals width. Sorry, the colors are throwing me off. Third time's a charm. X equals width, and y equals height, right? All right. So we have this as our drawing, and remember the plus y direction goes down here, so we're gonna call that plus y, okay, and the plus x direction is this way. All right. Now you can kind of think of humans doing this, and this is the graphics coordinate system. Another way to think about this that has been helpful for students, so I wanted to do a video on this, all right, is when you're, so any point can be described by how far right you've gone, x, and how far down you've gone, y. So remember, don't get confused by this. X is the answer to the question, all right, or the answer to the question, okay, how far right have I gone? That's x, okay. X answers how far right have I gone, okay. And y answers how far down have I gone? Okay. And height is, or width is, and width is the max value x can be before running off the screen. Just spell out before, you're just gonna confuse people. Before and y is, or height is how far y can be before running out of the screen. Okay. Final thing I want to point out is the power of variables here. Okay, so we've written this in terms of x equals 0, y equals 0, x equals width, y equals 0, right? X equals width, y equals height, and x equals 0, y equals height, right? So how far down have we gone? Height. How far to the right have we gone? 0, right? We're at the same point as 0, 0 up here, and so this will be x equals 0, y equals height, for example. Okay, so we've reasoned this out, right? But what is the advantage of this? Well, no matter what you put in for a and b at the beginning, width is always going to be correct using the variable value width, and the variable value height is always going to be correct. When you say y equals height down here, you're telling the computer, go check the height box, all right, and see what number is in there, and that's going to be the height of the screen, okay? So you're saying, look, the answer's in the height box. Whatever the answer's going to be, whoever comes along and just tries to change the size to whatever it's going to be, height's always going to be the height of this thing. It's in the height box. It's automatically put in there. And that's the power of variables, right? They vary, okay? And they vary in such a way that if we set them correctly, they'll be the right thing, okay? So in this case, height is always going to be the height of this thing because b is going to be stuffed into the height box at the very beginning of the program. So as long as we do things in terms of height, it'll work for any screen size. That's really important, and a concept that a lot of people don't get in programming, okay? Same thing with width, right? We have the width over here, and it's going to be, the first value here in size is going to be stuffed into the width box, all right? And what that means is when we use width here, what we're saying is, wait, just go check the width box, all right? If you want to know what this is, go check the width box. So anytime we use width, the computer goes to the width box and then says, oh, here's the value of it. If a happens to be 300, if a happens to be 900, if we put whatever in for there, that's what it's going to end up being, okay? So when you put numbers in here, it works for one situation. When you put height and width in here, it works for all situations. I'll see you in the next video.